Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, today is July 28th, 2025. I'm coming down with a cold, it feels like. I don't know if it's going to get worse, hopefully get better soon, but I am a little bit on the sick side. So apologies. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, not feeling 100% right now. But, it's been a while since I had a cold, so I guess I had it coming. But anyways, what a day today was, right? So today started off with Trump meeting with Stahmer and talking about how terrible it is, all these illegal immigrants coming over and ruining Europe. Just after Stahmer has just signed a bill to make it illegal and arrest anyone in his country who dares to speak negatively about the illegal immigrants to his country. So very interesting there, very funny, a little, and I find it coincidental. Maybe I'm just an old skeptic. I've been following Harry and Meghan too long and their CIA operations. That coincidentally, on the same day that Trump makes Stahmer look like a lying fool because he lied and said, "Oh, we have freedom of speech." Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're closing the border too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. After Trump makes Stahmer look like a fool, just coincidentally, there is suddenly a mass shooter in New York City. Uh, Out of nowhere, this man, and I just finished listening to the live report that came out from the police there. Shooter's dead, and uh, he interestingly, the shooter drove all the way from Las Vegas to New York City. Look at the distance on the map of how far apart this man apparently drove almost literally across the entire width of the United States just to go into a building that at this point in time it doesn't seem like anyone knows why he chose that building. Walks in and he also had mental health issues, and they don't know at this time why he chose that building, why he parked his car outside and just saw, walked in with, I guess, a semi-automatic rifle there, and I think he killed 5 people, including himself. So that's 6 people dead now from this. So he's gone now. So we're probably never going to know why he did this unless he left a note behind or something. And who knows how long, if he did leave a note behind, who knows if it would be released or how long that would take. A lot of talk in the police uh, statement about this, their press conference they just had. They said that there are 4 civilians and 1 police officer he killed, and the police officer, coincidentally, was an immigrant. His last name was Islam, and he is a young father with children. So there was a lot of talk about a hero he was, and he loved New York City, and he was defending the people, and he shot down like this because, oh, there's just so many guns out there. And, here we go with the grab the guns rhetoric going to start up again. And, is it just me, or is it a lot of coincidences here on the same day? And we all know how evil the globalists are, and Stahmer's a globalist. So, yeah, I'm just kind of, and we all know, maybe we all know, but there's kind of a history of these mass shooters with mental health issues and being manipulated by certain groups, nefarious intelligence type groups. Just saying, it's, what I've heard. It's just all of it. And the man drove from Las Vegas to New York City. I mean, if he had been like fired from his job and he went into the building where he used to work, that I could understand. But I'm having a very difficult time wrapping my head around the fact that this man drove across country to do this. Now, it's not impossible, but yeah, a lot of questions that need to be answered on this one, and a lot of it just looks and it happens in the same day that President Trump is in the UK. And of course, it's blowing up. It's a huge story. So I'm sure Stahmer's happy because now his story, it's all a distraction with PR, right? It's like, oh, get a bigger story to hide, you don't like a story that's out there. Well, they just make a bigger story, distraction. Harry and Meghan do this all the time, right? So that's why I'm just like, ugh, you know, I'm just, my skepticism is a bit high on this one, on what's really going on, and if we'll ever really find out. Hi, Bettina. How are you? Yeah, so I'm just talking about that shooter today and just how suspicious the whole thing is to me and the timing of it and everything. I'm just like, oh my God, this is going to help Harry and Meghan with their security. Is Harry going back for security or something? I wouldn't put it past Harry and Meghan to be involved somehow. They're involved with everything. God, right? Because Harry had connections to that shooter that tried to assassinate Trump. So, yeah, um, yeah, I'm just, I'm like, isn't that interesting? So, of course, again, the shooter conveniently killed himself, so nobody can ask him any questions about it. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna throw some cards here. Hi, Laura. How are you? Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick reading. I'm not feeling 100% tonight. I'm a little ill, got a little cold going, so I wasn't gonna do a reading, but today, what I couldn't believe these two big stories pop out today, and I just I just have to throw some cards and just see what is going on here with this shooter. What is really going on? Why did he really drive across the country and pick this building? And I'm sure we're going to be hearing more and more over the next few days. But that the emotions, or at the police press conference was also reminiscent of 9/11. I gotta say, I was in Manhattan on 9/11, so I remember. So this is just like, I mean, the drama when they had when the mayor Adams took it, drama of his opening speech, like, this doesn't get any easier. Pause. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just yeah, we're just like, here we go again, right? Here we go. I don't know. I'm so skeptical these days. I am just an old skeptical lady. Yeah, so let's take a look. Am I too skeptical? Let's see what's going on. So there's this guy from Las Vegas again with mental issues. Just took it upon himself to drive cross country to New York and pick a random building to shoot up. What was going on? What prompted this man to do this? Was he now? Apparently, they said an elevator door opened and a woman walked out, and he just let her walk out. He didn't touch her, and then he turned around and shooting other people. So a very bizarre, the way this person was thinking. Obviously not thinking very clearly to be doing this to begin with, but yeah, I mean, the whole, as more details come out, it looks like it's just going to get more and more bizarre. Well, let's see. And it looks like there's going to be more questions than answers. And it's, of course, conspiracy theorists. So the conspiracy theorists and the true crime people, like I consider myself a little bit, going to go nuts with this story. There's going to be Reddits everywhere and videos galore. And this is going to blow. This is going to be my only video about it, I swear, unless there's more questions about it coming up. But this is just huge, right? And it totally overshadows the Stahmer Trump visit. But yeah, let's see. What prompted this guy to do this? What was his aim? What was he really aiming for here? And let's look at, was the globalist Stahmer and his group, were they behind it? That's what I want to know, right? Yeah, so let's see. So I'm gonna do 333. What prompted this guy to do this? What was he targeting when he was there? What was he thinking? If he was thinking at all? Was he thinking for himself? Or maybe he was remote controlled? I don't know. World Economic Forum says they can control your mind, right? Uh, and was Stahmer and his globalist buddies somehow behind this? Let's find out. What was going on with the shooter? What was going on? Let's see what the cards show. What prompted him to do it? What was he thinking? And did Stahmer have something to do with it? Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. Sometimes people see this as the royal family card, but it's definitely a large group of people here. People who want to tell you what you can eat and where you can live. The Hierophant. Yeah, apparently I had mental issues. Yeah. Very similar to every other shooter you hear about. It's always, they're on antidepressants and, under the influence of pharma. Just saying, pattern there. Dr. Bregan talks about it. I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about this as well, which will be very interesting. Dr. Peter Bregan, the famous psychiatrist. Anyways, let's see. What prompted the shooter to do this? Sun, power, attention. Obviously, he knew it was going to be a big story. They wanted this to be a big story, of course. Page of Swords. It was a page here. Maybe following orders, perhaps. Got a message. Two of Swords. So I'm getting swords and swords with the sun. I get the impression of somebody, obviously mental issues here, and sort of blindfolded here, and this image kind of indicating he didn't really know where he was going or what he was doing. It's sort of an unconscious kind of thing, like maybe MK Ultra type of vibe I get with the swords and swords, his thinking, attacking. And this could be, you can see this as a government card. So I'm seeing a possibility of a powerful entity. In this sun card, there's like waves that come out of it, kind of like radio waves or 5G tower type things. By the way, did you see the video of the 5G tower that somebody flew their drone up to the 5G tower and the 5G tower burned it, melted it? It was like it melted if you fly a drone up to a 5G tower, it melts. I mean, it's so hot up there. But anyways, you wouldn't believe. But this kind of tells me this could be like radio. It's kind of like messaging to somebody. Like it's possible maybe, he was getting like a message or sort of influenced through radio waves, possibly. Maybe a voice in his head that came through these radio waves told him what to do. And he just blindly followed instructions, or he didn't consciously know what he was doing. And I just acted on automatic pilot there. Yeah. I'm sure they found medications, of sure. So what was he thinking when he was shooting people? What was his motive there? Oh, he wanted, again, I get police, government, authority figures here. He wanted, wow, I'm getting sun and emperor. I'm getting a real vibe here of government's influence or targeting here. Then I get 3 of cups. Getting as many as possible. Working in collusion too, perhaps. Knight of Wands. Yes, attacking. So here's the knight. Again, looking for attention, attacking, wanting to get as many people as possible in a government type of building here, or in a place, or a corporation there, something he was targeting. Yeah. So I get looking for attention. Could be following orders, working with a group, looking attack here, attacking for attention. I mean, because he went to Midtown, like the middle of the place. He went to like the heart of New York. And just, it appears just randomly picked a building, although there may have been another reason for it, but I kind of doubt it because he was from Las Vegas. So it's, doesn't really make any sense, anyways, why he would choose that building. Yeah, he let the lady leaving the elevator go. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So, oops. And my camera just dies out. Wow. It's looking very suspicious to me. Yes. All right. So one more row here. Was Stahmer and his buddies involved somehow in this? King of Swords reversed. Ooh, that's criminal gang here, criminal entities. Hmm. Working secretively as well. And he's looking at this card. If you look at, yeah, I was gonna say, well, he's looking at the Hierophant. I was gonna say he's looking at the Emperor, but Emperor Hierophant. Look at governmental. Now, the Hierophant would be like WEF. This would be like World Economic Forum or Royal Family. They're supposed to be the head of the church or whatnot. Um, and he's looking at that rather than the government, which would be like Trump and Stahmer. Stahmer is kind of both, really, since he's very much a globalist. Oh, Eight of Swords. Well, you may shuffle the cards, right? I'm getting all these swords. Attack, sending a message, communicating something. Yeah, NFL and Blackstone were tenants. Yeah, KPMG. I don't know what KPMG is. Is that with the NFL? Hmm. And the next one, Page of Wands. Ooh, a message in the media, putting out a story in the media, possibly. I gotta say, um, he's not looking innocent to me. I think somebody in his group, his criminal organization there, was behind this. I think they wanted to I'm getting blindfold and blindfold. It's like they didn't want people looking at I kind of get the vibe they didn't want people looking at the video of him and Trump. Because Trump humiliated him. You got these blindfolded here. It's all about like don't look at the Trump Stahmer meeting. Look over here. Look at Mayor Adams in New York. Now I do get, of course, he was there. He, on some level, knew exactly what he was doing. He was there to attack. But I get that there was a message in this with swords and swords and swords and swords. I mean, obviously this was an attack as well, but possibly a message with it for the media, for the sun and the wands here. I don't have any coins. So coins, you can look at money, wasn't paid to do it. And coins can also be looked at as health cards. Now, he may have been physically healthy and not mentally healthy, so perhaps that's why I'm not getting coins. But I am getting a lot of mental energy here, and that I'm getting government. I'm getting government involvement here. Powerful entities here, criminal entities. Yeah, yeah. He's looking guilty to me. Maybe biased in that direction, but it does look like this was to send a message. It was to be a huge story. They wanted to be a huge story here, and you know, to get at certain presidents. That's what I'm seeing. And there's a criminal organization here who, so I'm looking at Stahmer's influence over here, not this guy. This guy was out there to attack and get attention for attacking. And he wanted to go out with a bang, this guy. Go out with as much attention as he could get, fame from, doing this violence. Yeah. Oh, it's financial. Okay, it's finance. Thank you. Thank you, Laura and Bettina. Sorry if I pronounced your name. So yeah, so I mean, it's possible he went to that specific building for a reason. Obviously, he did it for attention, and yeah, we're going to be hearing a lot about it, I'm sure. I just found it quite coincidental that it happened on the same day as Trump embarrassing everyone in Europe. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Stahmer is so evil that I don't put anything past him. And this looks like a message, and and it's looking at the night and the message from Stahmer is looking at each other. It's like the killer and sending the message. It just looks, yeah. I'm leaning towards uh, that criminal gang being involved that Stahmer works with him and his group. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, yeah, and I'm not getting coins, so I don't think this guy was looking to rob or he wasn't like trying to get his money back or something for something. He didn't. That wasn't the motive here. Not what I see. I mean, this man was somehow either controlled or crazy. Mental health issues for sure. Yeah. Finally caught a D live. Hi, Elizabeth. Yes. Yes, Trump did do the best trolling of Stahmer, which is why I was very suspicious of this whole incident today. Like I said, the shooter shot a police officer and killed him. And the police officer's name happened to be Islam. And he's a foreigner, he's an immigrant from Bangladesh. And so, and Trump was giving Stahmer, embarrassing Stahmer or, angering him by talking about the illegal immigrants taking over Europe. So now we've got this story of an immigrant who died a hero and trying to save people's lives in New York City. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm too cynical. I know. That's what happens when you follow Harry and Meghan too long. Every PR story you're looking at it like, what's the motive behind this one? What's Sunshine Sachs trying to do now? You know what I mean? Yeah, I just watched the video. Fox News just had a press conference. The police just finished a press conference before I started this live, so you can go watch it and get some of the details there. Yeah, yeah, Laura. Yeah, of course it did. Well, it's very sad, very emotionally compelling. How they're just how they're describing the man and his wife and small children, and yeah, it's all very very emotional. Yes, and people feel really bad for him. Yes, so I don't know. It's horrible that happened. It is evil, and people. If there are people behind this shooter causing the shooting, they hopefully they will be caught and exposed. If, as I suspect, this was a group effort. There was who's really behind it. I hope the sleuths go out and do what they do, and with the research and get to the bottom of it, just to be sure, because I think there's something to look for. So there you have it. That is what I have for you this evening. So I hope you found this interesting. So please like and subscribe. I hope you all have a good evening. And until next time, take care, everyone. Bye bye.